Hi guys, it's Sam from Creatively Sam's, and this is week 16 of the 20 Wednesdays Till Christmas Ornament series. And today's ornament is for the birds. I made two different kind of birdseed ornaments. One's very easy with bread as a base, and the other ones are just air set. If you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. It's coming up next. I found this recipe, it has to be 30 years ago, in a book. And they're very easy to make. They just take a long time to cure. But what you need is 3/4 cups of flour in a large bowl, a 1/2 cup of water, 3 tablespoons of corn syrup, and 4 cups of birdseed. And you just want to put this all together and mix it up very well. And we'll be back when I'm done with that. Okay, I got it all mixed together so that there's no flour or anything left on the bottom, and it's all mixed in very well. Then I took a piece of wax paper, and I'm going to put this on the wax paper. And I may have to do this a couple times. But you want it to get it flat. And you're either going to use a cookie cutter or the end of a glass to make a circle. I think most of this is going to fit on here. Just going to press this out so that it's flat. And then you're going to cut your circles. Might be easier to put wax paper on top and roll it out with a rolling pin. I'm not going to do that. And you don't even have to make circles if you don't want to. I mean, the birds don't care what shape it is. Now comes the long wait. You have to leave this sit on wax paper for 4 to 6 hours. And I'm not even going to attempt to lift these because you can see how moist they are. And maybe in a couple hours I'll be able to take them off, but yeah, 4 to 6 hours, and we'll be back. Okay, after about 2.5 hours, they were solid enough where I could transfer them onto some wax paper. And now that it's been 5 hours, I'm just flipping them over so that the underside dries. And they should be completely dry in about 5 to 6 hours, or 4 to 6 hours. I'll check them again in 4 hours and we'll see. But this side is nice and hard. Okay, it's been 6 hours and they're hard as a rock. So now I'm just going to cut some twine and put it through the holes, and we're going to hang these outside. Okay, this is the easy one. And what you need is some white bread, some Christmas cookie cutters, or if you don't have any cookie cutters, a glass turned upside down works just fine. A straw, some peanut butter, and bird seed. And the first thing you're going to do is use the cookie cutters to cut out the bread. And we're going to bake these after they're cut out at 300 degrees for about 8 to 10 minutes, just to harden the bread. Okay, I got out some of my smaller cookie cutters that'll fit on the bread. And all you do is press down. Take off the excess bread. And this can be used for the birds too. And with this straw, you're going to poke a hole in the top for hanging. You're also going to need something to hang these with. I'm going to use Dollar Tree twine. And I'll be back after I have all these cut out. And now that they're all cut out and they all have their little holes for hanging at the top, they're going in the oven. Like I said, about 300 degrees for about 8 minutes. And this should harden it up enough for the peanut butter and birdseed to adhere. This is a really good craft for the kids to make. Okay, they're baked. They're nice and hard, but they're too hot to put peanut butter on. So I'm going to let them cool. There's the leftover bread. I'm leaving in an open Ziploc bag so it gets a little stale. And I'll be putting that out with the bird feeders. And we'll be back after they cool down. Okay, now that they're nice and cool, and I'm sure you know what's going to happen. Just put some peanut butter on them. And I put the birdseed in one of our pasta bowls because it's flat, but you can use anything. And then you just push it down in there. And after you get the one side coated, then you'll go on to the next. And repeat the same thing. Make sure you keep your straw handy because you are probably going to get peanut butter in that hole for hanging, and maybe some birdseed too. And you can see the holes all plugged up, but I'm not even going to worry about it until I do the other side. And I have these sitting on wax paper. And I'm going to let these sit out overnight before I take them outside. And that way the birdseed gets in that peanut butter very well. I'll be back when I get the other side done. Okay, now I'm just trying to find the hole that was in there. And there we go. I got that one pretty much cleaned out. It's funny because if you move the birdseed just a little bit, you can actually see the hole. And there we go. And I'm going to let this sit for a while until it gets a little bit harder. And I have them sitting on wax paper. And this is the twine that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to thread that through those holes so that it can be hung outside. Okay, I cut about 10-inch lengths of the twine, and I threaded it through and made a knot and just cut off the excess. So these are ready to go outside. Okay, and there they are out in the tree, all ready to feed our little feathered friends. And if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and happy creating, everyone.